Mic is picking up. Okay, looks like we're back on. I've got to adjust the gain real quick, I believe. Let's try that. Now we should be just about in the sweet spot. All right. So, I'm back. I think I've done this twice before. I skipped week 3 because I was feeling lazy. And now it is my 4th week of preparing D&D right at the very edge. So I guess first I should just show pretty much what I wrote down for session 3. I invented a new organization belonging to Jian-Tu, one of the 3 kind of nations in this continent. The organization is called the Gate of Four Directions. They're kind of exorcists of a sort, ridding the world of spirits and the undead. He met up with these guys. I added in a bunch of stuff being forced out of a cave. And we got into 1, 2, 3, 4, looks like 5 fights, although not all of them took very long. I'm not sure if I want to... Yeah, I might describe kind of what happened here while I'm working on this, but functionally we're still in the aftermath of them coming into contact with an entity which has now latched itself to them. I don't even know if I talked about that. Session 2, this one I did show on stream, but this was right around Halloween when it took place. And they got through the content I had prepared much more quickly than I had anticipated, which meant I had to make more stuff up on the fly. So as you do, the day after Halloween, I had them run into a cult in the woods, which summoned forth an elk-headed monster. And it spoke some cryptic messages to them. I believe I wrote some of that down in here. Maybe not. Regardless, they tried to run, mostly made it out, and eventually fell victim to a curse that had been placed upon them. Session 3, they wake up, they meet this guy as representative of the Gate of Four Directions, and they adventure. They find themselves in a cave, they fight a bunch of stuff, and they find out, oh, that thing we've been running from seems to have taken up residence in this cave and perhaps the Underdark. Eventually they part ways, they head back on their path up north towards the nearest town they can find, and encounter some bandits along the way. I better add in a note here before I forget. Valen currently holds onto a bag with a rug of smothering inside. He wishes to befriend it. That won't be happening immediately, but something to consider, because he told me after that he would like a rug as a friend. You know, teach their own. Session 4. What do I need to introduce here? Well, in 3 I had a name for this town, and it was... Osan. Osan is a town proper. There are walls erected around the perimeter, and a healthy enough economy to fund local guards / law enforcers. Osan is nothing that stands out on its own, but is an oft-visited location due to its Proximity to Pill Valley. Pill Valley is a location that I've decided will be producing medicines, poultices, pills, all sorts of just kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Not suppository. I think that's something you take up your butt. Just general health conscious kind of things. But in this world full of cultivators, which is what I'm calling people that have D&D levels functionally, is all very East Asian inspired, kind of martial artsy, Eastern, just it's a mix of everything. But if that's the theme, this Pill Valley will be making and helping forge and stabilize the foundations of these cultivators, meaning they're going to be a very, very wealthy and authority in kind of this setting. We'll start with Osan because that's where we're at. We're going to need a tavern named we're in a Korea alternative, Korean alcoholic beverages. Talk. What should we call this thing? The Cerulean. Synonyms for tavern. Korean fish. Korean English puns. Kong means bean. That's fun. Okay, there it is. The Cerulean Kopi House. Kopi sounds like coffee. It means blood. It's all just based on Google, so they could be lying to me, but my players will never be the wiser. And I believe cerulean is a shade of blue. Yep. And I've got this country, Chomyong, my kind of Korean stand-in. We've already got them tied to blood as a concept and kind of focus of magic. And there is creatures with blue blood, which is actually a player that I'm going to have joining the campaign at some point further down the road. He'll be playing a crustacean with bluish blood tied to this nation. So, Cerulean Kopi House. Dumb. I like it. meet up with the peregrine. Rival of the magpie. This was an addition made by one of my players who was playing the magpie. He wanted a rival named the peregrine. It's going to be fun. It's going to be goofy. That dude is going to be lame in the best way possible. Another issue with this session is my players are coming in staggered. If we're starting, let's say at 5, I've got 3 players. And then at 7-ish, so maybe like a couple hours later, I'll have 4 players. Another one joins, so 1 joins. And then another couple hours later, 1 joins. And then somewhere around an hour later, I expect 1 will be leaving. I do not enjoy planning for this kind of staggering, but what can you do? For now, this will have to do. The peregrine shows up with the magpie. Oh, and one of us is calling in through Discord, so it's just going to be a mess, but what can you do? We got the peregrine. We've got Kopi House. What else is in this town? They wanted magic items. They're not really going to find those. They can find several stalls, shops. 2 general goods stores. One butcher. 1 baker. No candlestick maker. Run out of town for arson. On suspicion of arson. This is mostly what I do, is I come up with just stupid stuff that I can throw in and fill out the gaps with. There will be 3 martial arts schools. Not big sects. Just practitioners that have founded their own practices. Competing for dominance of the town. It's enough there for now. Peregrine informs that nearest house of virtue is the organization that several of these party members belong to. I'll try to give a full explanation on what these places are at some point, but that time is not now. I've got to prep stuff. What do you call the thing above a door? That doesn't help. This is not very informative. Oh well. Let's call it an entry. Is at the Pill Tower. Point of entry to Pill Valley. deals with the outside world. There are several such pill towers around the continent. Though this one is nearest the Holy Land. That'll give them a reason to go that direction. In town here in Osan, they wanted to figure out why the merchant was killed. He claimed rivals were after him. Rivals. We'll say that assassins... no. The Iron Death. Oh. Religious sect that worships the god of death / killing. They were paid by okay. His rival was from another one of those martial schools while he served one of the other three. Third party had nothing to do in this particular circumstance. I don't know if Hall is the word I want for these guys. The Iron Death. Synonyms for death. Let's find word hippo because they got a lot of words every time. Did I see tomb? Because I do like that. What is charnel? Okay, what's a charnel house? From the 1500s, it's charnel and house. Okay. It doesn't really mean a whole lot. Graveyard. Okay. do like ossuary. We might go with that, actually. Reliquary is good. That's the new one. We're locking it in. I can't spend all this time forever just working on these bits of nonsense. Osan, we got Dead Merchant. We got 3 organizations. We got the Peregrine. Let's think. If we're playing from like 5 until midnight, that's 7 hours, which is a lot. But we always end up playing a long time. Then we're going to need a few fights. We're going to need some mystery. We're going to need some answers. So I got to build this out, I guess. No, that's not quite what I'm looking for. We'll come up with names like the Spear Sage, the Mountain Fist, and okay, we got the Mountain Fist, we got the Spear Sage. We need a third party. One rocks a spear, one's barehanding it, and if we're talking just a fighter type, let's go with archery. Why not? It's fun. The well, another word for heavenly. Are there more words for bow? Okay. And the divine archer. No. Archery is a little better. Maybe it just needs to be archer though. Yeah. Okay. All 3 are bitter rivals. And neither fully good nor bad. He belonged to School of the Spear Sage. And his rival from merchant under the banner of the mountain fist. Okay, that's that. I can come up with names if I need to pretty quick. Lickety split. I expect they're going to try to track all of that down first. That'll introduce them to the... Where is it? Iron Death Reliquary. They also accept bounties across the continent, making them the most feared assassination organization. Spills the beans. He brags too much, letting others know about the amulet he and the magpie each have. His allies are paid guards and have not stuck around. Yeah, he's gonna be annoying. I need to give him just a wild voice, probably something like the Peregrine.
You've not seen the last of me.
That's stupid. It's gonna be really annoying. It might just be the one. Oh, it's so lame though. I hate even doing that.
'Tis I, the Peregrine. The Peregrine preys upon the magpie.
Yep. That's gonna be it. I'll just have to make him over the top. That's a lot of what's going on in Osan. Anything else? Not right now so much. They might meet other people. Maybe not. Okay, if we're going order of operations, Suki and Gers are gone first. Then Suki arrives. Then Gers. Then Magpie leaves. Suki will be hiding. Gers. He'll be gathering information, probably. It'll take a while there. Okay. Suki hides from guards he recognizes. Gerds gathers info on where he is. The three meet the Peregrine. The tavern. That's all assuming they go that direction. If not, they can go wherever else and figure things out. But that'll have to do for now on the intro. Okay, I should figure out a few fights. Potential combats anyways, things to fill some time. Start by pulling out the old handy dandy monster manual. Take a look through the CR. Bandit Captain. Goblin Boss. Bandits. Let's say 3 of them. Okay, if these are our 3 fights for the 3 organizations, we'll say this is the Mountain Fist, this is our Divine Archer, and this is our Spear Sage. You can take a quick look at a monster I remember. I just don't know if it'll fit the description. I do like that. Okay. Hook Horror. So this is a level 2 party, and a Hook Horror, I believe, is a CR... What is it? CR3. Sneaks up in the night as person, though they do not act particularly human. I don't expect them to fight all of these guys. They have no reason to, but now I've at least got some stuff for them. Hook horde, that'll happen at some point. Other than that, we can assume they're gonna want to go to Pill Valley. They can't get in Pill Valley. They can get to the Pill Tower though. And at the Pill Tower is an expansive feat of construction. A massive wall sits behind, stretching as far as the eye can see. Tower itself has an entire city scape built in its vicinity. Auction houses. Haughty young master types. Scammers aplenty. All outside the tower proper. Included is the House of Virtue. Down an unassuming alleyway. A few familiar faces are seen, though many are masked, unknown, or hooded. From here, I might just be making stuff up after that point, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know how much more prep I want to do for stuff I'm not certain is coming, but as it approaches, I'll probably be at least considering it in the session itself. Um, Okay. I've got this paint document up because I need to determine where certain places are. If we're saying we've got Jean-Tu is our nation of magic. Oops. I haven't used paint in a while. Is there a clicker mode? Okay. Okay, we got text. We're going to go font size 20. Nope, 20. Comic Sans for sure. Oh yeah, that's good stuff right there. We've got Jantu, we've got Shibuta, and we've got Cho Myong caught right between them. These are my three countries. All three are at war, or at least they have been. Interesting, so you can do that. So if I'm putting this here, Jantu is going to be up here, and Shibuta right about there. Meaning I'm actually going to put you a little more like that. If I'm going to draw some borders, if we're assuming that this is roughly the shape of the continent, we got Shibuta, which needs to move a little bit. Same with Chomyong. Okay. Okay, these are my three countries. At least that's the idea. I'm going to fill them in. Shantu is, nope. Why did that happen? I see, okay. That goes there. This needs to go here. Then we fill that in. Shibuta is going to be a nice red. Although, no, I want it more maroon, I think. Man, this is really good looking stuff, huh? Okay. And then Cho Myong will make a blue, I think. Oops. Did not want to do that. Nope. Still didn't want to do that. How do you move around? Okay. Back to text. We've got Jian2 written in white. Although we might need to move that actually. Jian2, Shibuta, Cho Myong. Okay. Those are my big three. We've got this little no man's land up here, which we're going to call in text in black. That is, what did I call him? This is my Mongolian stand-in. The Alton is the leader of the. There's a J in there. I know that much. Let's find out. Session 1, they ran into Sinutog. There is no J. I was completely wrong. Oh well. That's still what I'm looking for. Right there. Sinutog, Jantu, Cheomyong, Shibata. Campaign started, we'll say somewhere in there. Whatever, this is all rough, but at least now I have something. We'll save as, hang on a sec. A paint project, we'll call it Kea, which is the name of the continent. We'll punch that into sure, just somewhere in there. Bam, saved. I don't know. I mean, this is not the most exciting thing I've ever done, but it is now just about done. I mean, that's honestly probably all the prep I needed to do here. No, let me rephrase that. That's all the prep I'm going to do here. I should do more, but I'm not going to. Interesting. I didn't know you could add comments in Notion. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for me for now.